This first exercise I do right when I wake up. Before I even get out of bed, I'm doing deep breathing and just coming to very slowly and very easily. I could get injured it's been pretty damn bad for me. So, the first one I go through as if I'm laying in a bed, as I'm doing my breathing, and I will bring my leg up and do some stretches with each leg, flexing my foot, remembering to breathe. This is first thing in the morning, and I'll bring it over to the side. I'm pretty flexible, so I can just rest my arm down on the side here, and I'll flex my legs some more. This gets the inner and the back of the thigh, the glutes, and I'll switch. And I flex my foot 10 times up in this position, and flex it 10 times out to the side. And then I'll do that stretch, and then I'll place my arms flat beside me, and I'll just do hip raises. And I've worked up to doing 3 sets of 30, and the key here is that you want to keep your belly button pulled down towards your spine, towards your back here. And you want to keep your back flat. You don't want to overarch. Sometimes you might want to just start out with a couple of inches. And then, by the ends of the sets, you're actually doing a full extension. Not too far, not to arch your back. The whole point to the belly button being into the spine is you don't want to arch your back. You want to keep your back straight. They call it neutral position. It's not curved up like this, and it's not curved like that. It's right in the middle there, in a comfortable area. And in between each set of 30, I will go back, because it's first thing in the morning. I'm just getting out of bed. I'm not even out of bed, and I'm doing my stretches from side to side. And then I do a regiment of 3 sets of 30, just getting out of bed. Now I'm warmed up by this point. And I'll take some weights, just some light weights, 5 pounds is fine. And I'll go over my head, just nice and easy, over my head. Now for years I couldn't do this over my head stuff. It just pulled and strained my low back terribly. So I go over my head. And when I actually started this, my back was not used to it, and I did no weights at all. And so I do that. I do 3 sets of 30, no weights, or up to 5 pounds. It's an early morning regimen. And then, let me see if I can adjust this so you can see my legs. I will take the weights to my side, and with even weight on the front and the back, I'll bring the weights up to my side here. See, just up to the side. Make sure the spine, the whole stomach, and your whole torso is elongated. You want it to be long, and you want to keep the belly button into the spine, and then just come up to the side. I'm working the shoulders here, but at the same time I'm doing a gentle core training by keeping the belly button in and keeping the spine long, the head long. You don't want to be crunching down like this and doing huge weights. You want a long body and keep the belly button in. Then I will move to with my arms up here, I'll move into a squat. And when I'm doing the squat, I want the belly button in. I want the body long. This is why I have my arms up here. You can have the weights here, you can have the weights here, You can do all this stuff, but for me, I want my body long. I want to exercise my spine and my belly button, my core, by keeping my belly button in. And I'll do 3 sets of 30 with squats. And if you need to rest, if you need to stretch, it's important to do so. And then the final one I do is a plank pose, where I'm on my shoulders here, my elbows, and you want this to be straight. You don't want to be elongated like that or down like that. You want that to be straight. And I put my palms flat, and I go up on my toes, and I just hold it. And I count to 60, and I do three sets of these, three of them, holding for a minute each. And you're going to feel it in your core. I felt it in my low back really bad, and I'd have to wait. I'd have to, when I started this. And this is a good stretch to stretch it out. And when I'm through, since I've worked my legs, worked my arms, I'll do a forward bend. Just let my arms hang here. Breathing's really important. You want to breathe in. Then I'll lift my toes, get a little extra pull on the back of my legs. Then I'll pull myself in. Now you may only get to this, but you try lifting, try stretching, you work up to it. Then I'll just get on all fours and curve up, curve down, and I'll go side to side. I'll look behind me on each side. Get these obliques stretched a little bit. And then I will bring a leg forward, supporting myself well here. I just try to open up that hip flexor. Open up my hips a little bit. I'll move forward, right into another forward bend, and I'll flex my foot. I don't wear my shoes in the morning, obviously, and I'm flexing all my toes like this, curving them forward and then up and out. And I'll switch to the other side. Breathing is important. And then back down. And then as a last stretch, once I'm done with that, I'll just sit on the edge of my bed here. And I will cross a leg on the edge of the bed, and I'll come forward. I just bring myself forward like this and support myself here. My low back, with the injuries and stuff, I need a lot of support, so I'm always making sure that I'm supporting myself with these bends so that I don't have to activate the muscle and stretch it at the same time. Because of my low back injury, I need to just be supported and let it stretch, and I'll breathe and I'll let my head hang. Try to open up the rib cage. And that's my morning regimen. That's just for warm up, just to start the day. And it took me, a decade, with all the physical therapy and everything I had to go through. And my studies really inspired me to need to do more. I found that a lot of the authors I was reading, my mind would wander, and that certain authors I can just sit down and I can read all day long. I can be relaxed. But other authors, a lot of nonfiction I've read, a lot of instructional kind of authors, psychology, philosophy, mythology, world religions, sociology, theologies. I actually required a higher physical level of development. In order to really integrate and understand some of them, I needed to also embrace a physical regimen that would, I don't know, build up my endurance, build up my, deep breathing is very good for the brain and being able to focus and concentrate. And so this has been a really long process. Like I said, a decade. I injured myself in 1999. This final injury was in 1999. My first injury was in 1990. So, anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. That's my morning one. And I think I might do a few more for core training for the low back. But not today. Happy New Year.